So you have to pose the question. I answer the question.
I can move back there.
How we gonna do that?
Back there?
No, I just.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
How you
it
wanna
should
I
be
can
good.
watch it.
Okay. Well,
Okay, it's good.
just make sure his head stays in the frame while not letting too much light in from the sides.
Yeah, because I think that way, because we're all like this way.
Yeah. You could. Yeah.
Okay.
You have some general questions for him too, right?
Yeah, with you.
Like what?
Since I'm asking in regards to my tax thing,
Oh.
I'm just gonna ask about like stuff dealing with leadership and organization.
Oh, cool. So I'll start with mine first.
Okay.
You might need to come back for another interview.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't realize I was so close.
Yeah.
But Vin doesn't live here, so you still
Yeah,
have to
Vin
make
can.
an appointment
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Vin.
That's it.
Are you guys ready? So that I just write this down.
Okay. You've been recording, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that too close? Should we back it up?
If we back it up anymore, the light will get through and it'll
Oh,
distort.
really?
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I wanted to keep an eye on, make sure his head stays in the frame while.
I see.
Yeah, I see the light on
I
the side.
see.
Mm-hmm.
I think this side is better than that side. Okay.
So it's, before I go to this one before I forgot. You know that we have a coming event, the Feed the Homeless event.
It's
Yeah, the
luncheon.
November 10th.
Yes.
Zira's
Last year
coming.
you already coming.
Urinary coming.
I will be there.
Where is this?
Was you there last year?
I wasn't there last
Yeah,
year.
we got 2 children, right?
I was.
Yeah,
Oh no,
was
and somebody was helping the kitchen last.
Yeah, last we got about feed about
Do we have
200
classes
people.
here?
No, that's a Friday.
Yeah, we have class on Friday.
Friday.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but
No,
we
go
said,
after class.
yeah, we said we'd be there a little late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause remember we did
So
it
they'll
ourselves.
be there a little late, and then
Yeah.
they'll be there for the dinner, 3 a.m. dinner.
Cool.
Oh yeah, after that, yeah.
Yeah.
Same day. What a
Busy
crazy
day.
day.
I said I got 4 events going.
4
That
events in the
week, 4
same day.
events.
The life of Vin.
You know why? That's why why I'm dressed like this. It's easier that way. Okay, so how
Tie-dye
we're gonna
t-shirt.
go? How this format gonna be? Like you wanna ask question, I answer.
Yes.
Then okay,
Mhm.
that's good. Yeah. I look good. Yeah.
You look awesome.
You're good.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. So tell me more about the nail salon project.
Well, Nail Salon project actually started 2005. Original from the organization located in Oakland called the Asian Health Service. They are the federal qualified clinic where they see all the low income family or those people who have no insurance at all. It's like the clinic we have here, the federal qualified clinic. So they have many clients walk in every day. Among them, majority are Vietnamese young women. They all complain about their breathing issue, have some difficulty, dizziness, or rust on their skin. So they keep asking them, so what kind of occupation you are in? Most of them will reply, they are working on a nail salon. So from then, they alert the people, medical people in the area, in that the clinic. So they are asking some of the people who are able to do some examining about the chemical agent in the nail salon product. So they actually found there were 3 products to create that kind of symptom. The hard to breathe, the skin rash and have headache all the time, dizziness. So they call the formaldehyde and duplin and toluene. Those toxic trio. So from then, so the healthy nail salon was found because we want to tackle that issue, to go around all the nail salon to alert them there is some chemical agent in the nail salon policy. You need to be aware of. So that's why we get involved. So we formed the Nail Salon Collaborative, California Nail Salon Collaborative. There was approximately 30 members in the collaborative. Most of them are from non-profit, from the healthcare industry, and the government entity as well.
Okay, thank you. Next, what specifically are we doing in Marin? Because I understand you are on the board. What are you doing specifically in Marin to help combat that policy-wise?
So when we try to go out to explain to those nail salon people about the chemical agent in the policy product, and they said, well, we know about that, but what can we do? That's all we know how to do to make our living. We can change the job. So we said, well, you can using some product less the toxic than these three particular kinds of product contain this product in your product. So we said, okay, well then we're not able to compete with other store, because when you change some little bit ingredient with less the chemical, they cost a little bit higher to buy, and then they will last longer than the regular product. When you go to a nail salon, you expect that when you do a nail, you expect for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but when you use the one that less the chemical, they won't last that long. So you have to go there more often. That means the business will have to be a compete with other. Yeah. So we said, okay, well in that case, how about we connect with the government? Then the government will give you some kind of certificate that your nail salon using less toxic product, not completely non-toxic, but less. So they said, okay, that works. So at least they have some credential on that, so they can do that. If other nail salons don't do it, they can compete. They can explain, because the reason we cost higher than the next door, because our product have less toxic in there. So, but who's going to prove that? The government have to prove that. So that's why we call the Healthy Nail Salon Mechanism Project, where we are approaching the nail salon. The owner agreed to participate in the program. Then we're approaching the government, the health and environmental department. Say, okay, we have a nail salon here willing to do that. Would you please to give them a stamp or some kind of sticker on their window, say this is Healthy Nail Salon. So from then we were able to convince the board supervisor, David Chu, who's the board supervisor that now is the assemblyman in California. He championed that project. He started talking, convince the other board members, say, yeah, we need to do that, because most of our nail salon industry, female and childbearing age female, and this chemical that produce some kind of harmful to their reproductive capable. Yeah. So the board supervisors at Salon School is the first we ever get successfully to label the Healthy Nail Salon with the local government stamp on their window. So not only that, when they participate in the program, they also have to agree with the people from the government sector who come to inspect them from time to time, make sure they meet all the criteria, such as having better ventilation, using some mask, and using glove on there when they do the job everything. There's something protecting their health and the consumer's health. and make sure they have enough ventilation, enough time for the worker to take break, and they have know how the procedure, the chemical stuff have to wrap it somewhere. You can just throw anywhere. So they have to comply with those regulations. In order to do that, we will agree to provide some sort of training for them. That's a kind of 8-hour training to make sure they know all what they need to become a healthy nail salon recognition program. So they have to pass that some kind of test. Say, okay, there's simple test. I need to do that. They have a ventilation. If they have no financial difficulty but most nail salons have ventilation. Some of them is not equipped enough for to get the bad airs out enough. So they may have to changing a better system. So we will provide, the government will provide some subsidy. So for the new system, maybe cost $4,000. So we subsidize half of them, in order for them for the program. And the government also promise them to will advertise on their behalf. Say, here's the San Francisco County have trendy healthy nail salon located in ABCD, so people would check in that website and, oh my God, I'm gonna go to healthy nail salon. So ever since healthy nail salon become a very attractive to so many nail salon owner. Unless some of the nail salon owners just want to be make more profit, they don't care. They want to using the same product as long as customer satisfied. They don't care. They don't want to participate in the program.
Okay. You answered a lot of my questions, actually.
Yeah.
So, what are some hardships the organization, and maybe you specifically, has faced in trying to implement that system that sounded like it's so successful now? What are some roadblocks you ran into?
For us to into the nail salon to convince them, the roadblock would be denial. Some of the people, we come from a culture very denial, don't want to look at reality. Many people we know that they don't even see a doctor in their life. They don't believe they have anything wrong with them. So lots of denial, lots of disbelieving, because they think most of them from Vietnam is the underdeveloped country considered. So they come to this country, they always think that whatever the product come up the market had to be safe already. Unfortunately, they don't know there was some nail salon product are not regulated for FDA. They're not regulate them. They never check their ingredient. So we, by the way, the nail salon, 80% of Vietnamese women, mostly immigrant, in the nationwide, not just California, and some of them just don't really have lots of higher education, I would say. Because of the job easy to get, you go 2-month training and you take a test, then you pass. They do not require lots of language skill to do nail. They require lots of hand skill, patience and all that stuff. So you don't need to speak the language. So since you don't speak the language, you don't read anything. You don't understand what's on the label, what to read them, what to understand them. So people think, well, I've been working about 20 years, I still here, I don't see any problem. So why would I need to change? So lots of denial, cultural stuff. Secondly, people don't want to try something they don't know. They have doubt about it, whether that's good or not. And even though we try to convince them, there are many healthy nail salons nowadays have make more profit than before they joined the healthy nail salon, because there are more customers looking for healthy nail salon, especially in Marin County. Yeah, that's the only one. And the second one would be the government people don't want to do anything with government because we don't know the healthy nail salon. The nail salon original is having some mom and pop store like mother and daughter and niece and nephew working on it. They don't want to do it, all this stuff. They don't want once the government get involved, go look around and see who's the employee, who's the employer, who's underage, who will work overtime. They don't want those things, right? So even though we're not talking about the labor law at the time when we first started, we strictly talk about the chemical agent. But now we start talking about labor law after the New York incident.
Would you say those nail salons that still don't want to go into the system, would you say that they may be fearful if they're not citizens that they could get in trouble if they try to go into the system without being citizens?
No, we don't have lots about immigration status issue because most of them they know they're holding a permanent resident green card. Citizen is not required anything, but the challenge we have is they have very limited knowledge about what's going on in this new system, how the government work and how the business people work. They have very small, very limited knowledge about it.
Okay. And I understand there was a bill introduced, I think, or was it last spring?
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about that and how that's going along?
Yeah, because we, like I said, the Healthy Nail Salon Recognition Program is a local program. It's again, there's a volunteer program. The nail salon do not have to be compliant if they don't want it. It's not mandatory. So the first thing we need to do in order to get them into a Healthy Nail Salon Recognition Program, they have to be convinced it's good for them, good for their employee, good for themselves, good for their business. So they voluntarily say, okay, I want it. Then I take your class. Then you can come check my store and give me a sticker. See, so it's a volunteer program. But when we come to Marin County, I try to do the same thing in San Francisco and Santa Clara and Alameda, which is already passed. All the local ordinance said, okay, they acknowledge the Healthy Nail Salon program. And Marin County still refuse. Because they're giving us the reason they don't have manpower to do that. And also they don't know where to start. And even though we give them all the thing that will happen in other county, they still don't want to do it because it's simply the idea they give us is too many lawsuits in Marin County. Everybody's suing everybody. They don't want to get involved. They put the sticker on the window of the nail salon, Healthy Nail Salon. If the consumer comes, they dissatisfied with something, they can look for them to sue rather than sue the store.
So they'll sue the county?
Yeah, because the county have the sticker in there, right? Say they're Healthy Nail Salon recognized it. But again, when they have the sticker, it doesn't mean that entire nail salon is green. There's only a few products is not there. So we have that experience. So we said, wait a minute, why don't we just go to state level rather than go to county? Too much to do with that. So we go to state level. You know who championed that one I mentioned earlier? David Chu. He's an assemblyman now, right? So he championed that view in the state level. Say, okay, the state gonna pass this one and make sure that the county will do it. So again, it's a volunteer. If the county want to do it, if the nail salon owner doesn't want to do it, we can't do it. So our job is to convince the nail salon owner to participate in the program.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are we doing to try to convince them? Like, what's our
Well,
tactic?
training after training. We keep training. We recently have so many training going on. Actually, we have one very wonderful training booklet there. Can I go out and pull it out?
Yeah.
The big one, real big one. No, the big one on top of. You'll see. No. Wait. Let me see. Yeah, go.
I feel so useless. Big.
Yeah, real big one. This one.
Oh.
No. Where is it? Okay, it's here. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can do some movie. See?
You can sit back there.
So
Show and tell.
we launched a project called the Creative. We launched a project called Creative, which should mean beauty and healthy and beauty. So what we do is let me point it out. You can see it.
Can I help you?
We train the owner become the trainer in their language. Creative is the healthy and beauty. The project go around to train only the owner, and then the owner come back. We give them the curriculum. That's the whole curriculum here. So they go back. They start train their own employee.
Oh.
The training very fun. But they don't need to remember anything. Okay, they say fifth of one play. They talk about what's in your nail salon product. So they here in the back they look at it, say what's in your nail salon product. They can explain to you everything down here.
Also, you give one of that to each of the salon owners.
Yeah, each salon owner after train.
So they take the whole thing
They take the whole thing home and they train the employee. So everyone participate in the program. We have about for 25 or 30 nail salon participate in this program.
in Marin.
In Marine, no, at the Bay Area. So Marine's about 10.
Okay.
About 10 to cluster. So they take home, they take back to their store, and they start training their own employee without supervision. We will arrive at the store when they give us a schedule. Okay, such a day and time, I'm gonna train my employee. So we will send one of our person there, kind of observing, make sure they do the whole thing that they will train. So called train the trainer program. Right? The trainer is the nail salon owner.
Yeah.
Is that wonderful? So they go back, see, will convene that they were good for her store, and she want to pass this on to her employee. And everyone trained, we give them a certificate, so they can show it to their customers. Say, oh, I trained about this thing. So this is pretty much like
How do you check that they've actually done the training?
that's what we said. That when they do the day and time, they give us the schedule. We have observer there. We send
Oh, you
observer.
sit with them.
Yeah, we sit next to them. We let them do it, but sit over there just like you guys, and make sure they do the right thing. If they have a question, they can turn to us to ask us how to answer that question.
But because you're teaching, they have to know the information.
Yeah, they train and they go back to start train their own thing, own people with the Vietnamese language. So that's a part of the project we do, and then
With all the
all the
important,
thing about the
chemicals.
chemical. How do you protect yourself? How do you protect your consumer? Yeah, pretty beautiful thing we do. The project we have very successfully in 6 counties, one in LA, 2 in LA, 2 counties in LA too. This California
Are they
Healthy
training
National.
a lot more down there?
Oh yeah, they train more people there.
Okay.
So based on the number of people, the population we have in Marin County, we have about 200 plus nail salon. Yeah, but compared to Alameda, there are a lot more, right?
A lot more
So we
nails.
train about 40 here, and they train about 100 over there. So many people train. So California Healthy Nail Salon intend to become a national project. So we've been sending our people, the worker, our staff, go to Washington D.C. a couple times
Wow.
to talk to the legislature about the nail salon stuff. So very impressive. I was there one in
Are
DC.
there other organizations from other states that want to do the state level thing?
They have one on the national level, but they from the state representative, California are the biggest one.
Right. And who
Yeah.
else? What other states?
Yeah, other state like Seattle, they're small.
Washington. Okay.
Seattle, Washington, DC, and New York. Yeah, they get small group, but we are the biggest group. We become a model of the nation now. So we, California Healthy Nail Salon, we are part of the California Healthy Nail Salon. They've been receiving lots of federal grant, million dollars to do this kind of work. So recently, I don't know, recently, 2 years ago, New York's issue about the laboring abuse, people paying people less money and overtime, no overtime,
In
stealing
the nail
them.
salons?
Oh yeah, did you know that?
No,
So
tell us
ever
more about it.
since, so that issue come up, they said the whole nation. So the labor departments pull out lots of money. So California Healthy Nail Salon get part of the money to do the labor training. So we just complete our training 3 months ago about know your right when you work, how many hours you need to take a break, lunchtime, overtime pay, all the stuff. So we do that training too. So after the chemical, the thing, now we shift into a labor issue because that become a big thing now. Everybody thinking about weight tap, people are abusing other, especially like I said, immigrant many of whom do not speak the language, so they don't know where to go, how to report them. So yeah.
Okay.
So these programs, are they mostly with the Vietnamese communities around the nation, or are there other language groups?
So far, pretty focusing on Vietnamese population. Because as you know, the nail salons are 80% in the nationwide are the Vietnamese. Yeah, 80%. So we think about to expand it to the Spanish, but so far we don't. It's not huge number enough for us to to get into it.
I think that's all I have. Do you have any?
I got some material for you guys after this.
Yeah, sure.
Because after talk, I don't think you remember all the things, but I have prepared some material for you to take on.
Yeah. Is there anything coming up soon? Any gatherings or?
Oh yeah, gathering. That's what I mentioned about this Sunday.
The celebration?
The celebration. So when I personally suggest that, because we go out to the nail salon, and then we talk about those chemical agents, how harmful they are, how bad they are. So kind of scary, right? But people still have to stick to the job because they tell us that's how they know to do. That's all they know to do. They don't know what else to do for a living. So we totally agree with that. So that doesn't mean that we're scared. But the other side, the coin is, they have contributed a lot to our economy. Because depending how many people have job in the nail salon, easy to get. Like I said, 2 month training, you get a job right away. You make not the lots of money, but more than minimum wage with the tip and everything. They take home about individually maybe 2,000, 2,500 easily a month. So with that kind of with no really skillful thing, the language limited. That money is fair enough, right? So at the same token, and they have sacrificed a lot, can work 12 hours a day and have chemical harm to them, and they do produce a lot of fine individual in our society. Their children become doctor, lawyer, very, very famous in the military. So this celebration, I asked the committee to acknowledge that sacrifice, rather than just talking about the chemical. You're gonna die soon. You're gonna die soon. Doesn't mean positive.
But their contribution to the
Their
whole
contribution,
family
yeah,
and their
To
children.
do so that exactly.
And, I'm thinking about the parallel. One of the parallel is hotel workers in the Filipino community in the
right.
city. I think recently they also had this thing. A lot of the women who work in cleaning rooms in the hotels
Right.
have a much higher cancer rate. And
Yeah.
they've known this. And so, do you know their organizers and work?
Well, I heard they have something going on there before us, because the one we our project kind of very new, because the nail salon is a kind of new trade in this country. Before we get here, there was a nail, but they cost a lot of money, like doing a pass a fingernail, maybe cost $100 plus anytime you go there. Since we get it, maybe $30.
Oh, you're making the whole thing more affordable.
I know, affordable. So that's why everybody open nail. Oh, by the way, the history of nail salon came from the movie called The Bird. The bird is a filming in Petaluma, Santa Rosa, in the Bodega Bay. The Hitchcock's movie, Bird.
The bird.
The bird.
It's a horror movie.
Yeah, horror
There's
movie. The
women
bird
in the
attack
house and
people.
all these birds are
the
trying.
birds.
Yeah.
Birds.
Okay.
Okay, what happened then?
Tippi is the one of the actress.
Right.
Yeah, the movie Bird.
Right.
So when 1975, the refugee, the end of the war, they came to this country. So she go visiting those refugee immigrant in the refugee camp, and they see lots of women sitting there doing nothing. So she asked them, "What you like to do if you need this new country?" They don't know because most of the high-ranking officers white. They're spouse. They never done anything because the husband is the big shot in. Yeah, why should they go to work? Sometimes they have no job.
They never
But
worked
they're
before.
never work. They're housewife. Because when you serve your husband serving military or high-ranking officer, you need to go to work. Yeah,
So they come from really privileged backgrounds.
Period background.
And then they're suddenly here, they have no skills.
They don't know skill. They don't have anything to do. So she came. She discovered that. She said, "Well, you guys can do a lot of things. I know." So
but these women, were they also pretty well educated, but just don't know English?
Yeah, most of them are well educated, but they don't want the English.
But some of them spoke French, right? Were they?
So Pity is a name, the lady. So you go in the nail salon history, and you may find it the website. And she so that you can do some nail stuff. You know, she so that people come to do the nail for them, and they like it. They say, "Oh yeah, that's what we want to do." So okay, I take you guys out and train. They start training. Ever since it become a nail industry, people ask
me. So the whole training started with the Vietnamese community.
in the refugee camp. So people don't know. They say, "Oh, you guys do a lot of nail in Vietnam." I said, "No way, we don't have money. We don't have money, food on the table. We're gonna do nail." And we don't have people go see a doctor neither. Yeah, nobody, right?
So these women actually may have had their nails done by other people back at home.
But back home, there are only a few. I can name it. There are only a few very well-known people or high-ranking people or wealthy people. Other than regular people, nobody do nail. Nobody has some. So people automatically ask me, "Is that all the Vietnamese people do nail in their native countries?" And no, you learn it. The history come from here, in here, in the United States. It's not United States.
So the 2-month training. What about the 2 months training?
Well, it's 2 months in the past now. They make it longer course. They have other course now. You have to go 6 months and 1 year in order to get the certificate, and then you get the certificate. You have the certificate. Then you go take a test and a state license test.
So is any of that material part of that training? Or
no, this the only. We don't train people become a nail salon, but we train after they become nail salon. They need to be aware of what kind of chemical.
Yeah, but my question is, as part of the training for the nail salon workers, are there education on the chemicals as well?
Yeah, but they don't go in depth. They only train 6 months, and then you get the license. You go to work, and then nobody ever goes back to them and say, "Okay, I don't think when you go to test something, they tell you the chemical. They don't ask that kind of question. They just ask you something else. I don't know. They go in deep, like you mentioned that 3 products that we have. So we have the cooperation of the California Cancer Institute, Dr. Tu Quat. You know, she herself is a refugee. Her mother's working a nail salon, and her mother died of cancer. So when she grew up, she wanna pursue something that she could look into the nail product. Where is that caused her mother death? So ever since she's been working with our collaborative to try to do all the testing, examine in the California Health Cancer Institute in Berkeley. So she's still involved with us. So this is part of her project. She get the money from this
for the
federal.
content.
Yeah. So she oversees this project, the product. Yeah. So we subcontract with them. So we come back to train the people. Right.
So about the labels on the products, how well is that implemented to have
now we
these
talk.
labels?
We still working on the Sacramento, try to make it into Vietnamese language so people can read it. So, but we still fighting an uphill battle. You know how the big guy, the the manufacturing, it's lots of money. We all
Yeah,
know
like the
that.
corporations.
So the politicians have to follow whatever it is, right? So we are fighting uphill battle with them because they say, well, there's nothing wrong with the product. You guys just need to have a better ventilation and wear your mask. You'll be safe. So they argue about it.
So they're kind of trying to get on you guys.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
they turn into us because we
Yeah.
are ignorant. We didn't know
Yeah.
how to protect our own.
Mm-hmm.
They said there's nothing wrong with their products. So that's how been argued. But we have some exam all the product and come up some result. There was something in there to cause people reproductive capability and rash in the skin and asthma, other stuff.
So what specifically would you look to have included in the Vietnamese part of the label? Do you want just warning, or do you want the complete content in there?
We like to have a complete kind of warning and complete whatever they in there, so people would know. But again, it depends if the chemical, if you're not trained about those things, you will not know. Say, okay, that's the formaldehyde, so what? What it costs? Oh yeah, formaldehyde. What it cost? How it cost? How much it will cost? It's harmful. How much it's not? So you still have those kinds of knowledge. I think better off. Like I know that in Europe, this product is the chemical agent not in the policy product. Long time they've been banned long time.
Right.
Like only United States, we are quite a free country, free enterprise.
And nobody regulates the product, right?
Nobody regulates.
FDA doesn't?
No. They have regulated, but depend what product, but not all of the nail salon policy.
So what, do you know what they regulate?
I don't know. They have to so complicated. It's not easy to go through the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
But we try to learn whatever we found that was harmful, we try to eliminate it. That's what we try to do here. We don't know all of them. That's the other thing harmful as well. But whatever we know now, and that we think that we could do something about it. Like this product here, if you go to nail salon once a month, you will never get anything wrong with that. It's not gonna harm you. But if you work there 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, then it's not gonna harm. See, that's what it is.
So organizationally, so Asian advocacy projects sign on to this collaborative and then just take part in providing the training, right? And so my question is, so how many workers do you have dedicated in this project from Asian advocacy, and what about other people in the collaborative? Who are they?
Well, the other collaborative, they have other agencies like Asian Health Service, the big one. And we have the East Bay Community Center. We got some in Santa Clara County, Vietnamese American Association, and we have one in LA County and Orange County. We got many of them, the partnership in the collaborative. And the collaborative, based on our training so far in our Marin County, we trained at least about 300-400 people about all the stuff like label issue, chemical issue, and all that stuff. Trainer program, we got about 10 of them trained.
So about 10 owners, 300-400 just workers in the salon?
Right, well, it's a different issue. Because our staff, anytime we commit to a training program, we ourselves have to be trained to how to train others. So we have to attend a couple of days of workshop.
So how many trainers do you have here?
Yeah, there we got 1, 2, 3 of us. We all went to the workshop to train to become trainers. So when the curriculum come down, we're using exactly the curriculum that come from us. We don't change anything. It's all in PowerPoint in 2 languages. So
English and Vietnamese.
In English, Vietnamese. So depend if we have people sign up for the class. If we have someone non-Vietnamese sign up, then we need to have the English too. Other than that, most of them will be some of the people from Thai. They also work on nail and Laos and Cambodian to work on nail.
So they do English.
Yeah, then they want to participate in the program. That we will have the English for them. But most of them in PowerPoint, very high tech. We put it on and train about 2-hour training. 2-hour training, evening mostly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a sense of how many of these workshops you've offered so far?
We do last time just recently without 8 of them, 8 workshops. But before that, we do many other like this.
How many people each workshop?
Depend. One time we got about 10, sometimes about 15.
Mm-hmm.
So evening, they how to round them up, and
Give them food.
again, like I said, these people work 12 hours a day. Anytime you pull them out of their workplace, it seems like you pull their teeth off.
Yeah.
So you have to get them something intensive. So sometimes we give them some gift cards. Say, okay,
Oh,
take 10
to
baht.
motivate them.
Yeah, it's $10. Gift card, $20 gift card for your valuable your time to spend with us. Even though we teach you how to protect your health.
Yeah.
So it's just culturally speaking. You should pay for us because we take you, right? But no, not in their way. Their way say, hey, I don't spend an hour with you. I make another $20 in my workplace. Why not come over here? I know you talk about something good for me, but I don't get the money.
Yeah.
So reality is that I get $20 if I stay there.
Okay.
So I said, okay, we'll pay for your valuable time. For the long run, you will appreciate. That's true because if they don't get sick. So they don't get sick, they don't go to a system, the insurance don't have to pay, the tax to pay, and don't have to pay that. So we all win, right? For $20 still worth it.
Or if they're sick, don't they call
they
you for referral
they
too?
got sick, and then you gotta pay them, and then you sick leave, and that's cost more than preventive. So our project is very heavily at the preventive work.
Right.
Everything we do is preventive for mental health, physical health, and those chemical stuff. We do a lot of preventive. We don't do treatment. We say you can prevent people go to the system, then you save a lot of money.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Are there any other kind of system level obstacles that you've encountered in this project? So we've talked about how sometimes it's hard to get people out of their workplace for training. That's like the people you're trying to train, but from in the county side, a little bit reluctant, right? But any other kind of system-wide or society-wide type, that level of obstacles?
Well, depend. Sometimes that with training it takes some resource to do that. You have to have a play. You have to have some here and there. So we always searching for more resource. To do our thing, we know the needs out there, so the community always need to do intensive outreach to convince them what's good for them, what's good for us, what's good for all of us. So it's always some challenging here and there. Sometimes we get some resource but we don't have participants. People say, I don't have no time. You do that. So so it's always challenge both sides, resource and participation.
How about funding? Has it been okay?
Depends where we go. We're lucky, so we the project we're working with outside of Marine County rather than just Marine County. Most of the non-profit I know in there because they rely heavily on the Marine Community Foundation. For us, seems like we need to stretch out and spread out somewhere, expand to farther. Like we're working with the LA and Oakland, Santa Clara County, and nationwide. Sometimes we go to DC and talk to people about the issue.
Right.
So we another advance for us because we are the only kid in town to deal with this population.
Right.
So no other project are really focusing there. Well, they do some, but they're not.
So Marine Foundation, do they fund this?
Yeah, they do.
Partially or
partially.
Partially. Then when you go the out of town stuff, who funds those then?
Yeah, we have the subcontract with the Marine Asian Health Service in Oakland. But they do receive a big grant, and their proposal always subcontract out because
who funds the Marine the Oakland?
Yeah, they intend to do statewide, so they have to subcontract out to other county to achieve that goal.
Right, so they get grant and then subcontract.
Yeah, subcontracts out. Yeah.
Who grants them?
Federal mostly.
Oh, they get federal.
Labor
grants.
department, environmental department,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the environmental department, the head of them visiting their agency one time, so we actually had met her in person to explain to her what kind of work we do, what kind of challenge we have. She's came from DC, the head of them. I forgot her name. But after Trump come up, I don't know if she had a job or not. She's very into environmental. She visiting everywhere. She came to Oakland.
Right.
So we organized a meeting with her. So when I go to the meeting, there was an FBI, an agent check you out, search your body, make sure you don't bring anything there. But she speaks out. She's the head of the environmental department.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? You've been quiet.
I have a few, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm Aaron.
Yeah.
It's the first time meeting. It's nice to hear everything. It's really great to hear from what your work is.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're aware, but my senior capstone project, I'm focusing on leaders and organizations and how they went about organizing their communities and the people within those communities.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to ask, well, in a broad spectrum, how did you do it? Because I watched part of your story on the previous video you did with Emily a few years ago. And I think there's a glaring need for leaders, especially young leaders like me.
Right.
And I think that we don't have enough of that, so I just want to hear more about how you led everything, like this organization, your initiative, that plan you just showed us. Because it's all very amazing.
And then you've been trying to train more younger organizers in the communities.
Yeah.
Then he's trying to retire and we won't let him.
Yeah.
He's trying to retire.
Actually, the leadership development is a part of our ongoing process and struggling too. Because we've been doing few other things in leadership training, not only in Salon, in general advocacy, social justice, equity, fairness, racial issue. So in the particular, the California Healthy Salon, we do have a leadership team. They are the owner and the worker. We meet quarterly in Oakland. I go there personally. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we meet. They come and they tell us what they need, what the issue they have, and we hear from them. Then we present it to the committee. Because I'm not in the nail salon. I don't know them.
So these are workers who volunteer,
volunteer
to do that role.
To do the role, but again, volunteer. They take Sunday. Some of them working, but they come to us. We'll pay them a small stipend for them to take off the work hour to join us. So like you paying the consultant, pretty much like that. You're gonna ask them, hey, what happened in your nail salon? What do you think? If we want to put this program in there, how many people will agree or receive to it? How are we going to convince them? So they tell us. They say, well, you need to talk to the owner first. The owner is the one who controls everything. Sometimes, the owner doesn't agree. The entire employee cannot follow you because they don't have any law like a labor issue, whistleblower, that kind of stuff. They just family. They are a family member. You talk to one worker, maybe the sister. So you don't want to bad mouth with the owner, with the sister, right? So they tell us to be careful when you go to the nail salon. You don't know how to make up of the workforce. So we've been all thinking about that. So when we train them, they work on owner in our leadership meeting every quarterly, and we also train them to become advocate for themselves. So we took them to Sacramento and DC, the trip that we took. We actually paid for airfare and room.
How many did you take?
About 5 of them. We took them there to actually meet the legislature to present their case. So we did meet one of the head of the Obama carbon person. He happened to be a Indian descent, and when he heard about one of the nail salon workers' presentation, and he himself sat in tears because he never heard about the story before, about how bad the chemical does. Because actually the one who made the presentation have miscarriage twice, not one. So that's
So
kind
they
of
were
touching
trained to do the presentations themselves.
Yeah, because they did trained by us. So when you do present, you get a story like this, that, and when they go to a
But it's their own
testimony,
stories.
their own story. But we could kind of give them some language, to nail down. Don't go around the bush, talk about an hour. How they give you 3 minutes. So we train them that. We prep them. So but stick with that story. So when we go to Sacramento, the assemblyman meeting about the SB whatever the 54, 32, I forgot the name. They came up. They talk about their story. We provide a translation.
Also, they tell their story in Vietnamese.
In Vietnamese,
And
yeah,
then
in front
somebody
of the assembly, yeah. Then we have translator next to it. It's just word to word to that. So very powerful, So when people come back and say, "Wow, we're so glad to heard from you."
Are any of them in Marin?
Yeah, there are a few. 1, 2, 3 of them.
Maybe we should talk to them.
Yeah.
That might be interesting.
Yeah, 3 of them,
Yeah, we
right?
could interview them
Yeah,
and see.
one Tina work on design, and Kathy, I don't work down Samo. Yeah, we got 2 or 3 of them training it. So then my job and constantly train other leader to advocate for the community. So we come and go. People come. Then one time I get some funding to do that particular training because the Marin County 80% are white, 20% minority, people of color. So they have lots of non-profit board, commission. They need some people of color in the committee to give them idea. So they're approaching me. So one time when I was young, I served about 10 different committees. Every Monday evening I go around meeting. Just tell them what the needs of the people, what is the refugee, what the poor people need, what the different culture is. So after I do it for a while, I'm tired. So they said, "Why don't we give you some money? You can train some young people so you can take your place." I said, "Yeah, that's a good idea." So I did that. So 3 training already. So I did place some of them on the red card, sitting on the red card. They are board member, United Way, in the Novato Youth Center, in Canal Alliance. Yeah, in the mental health minority committee advisory. So they after the training, their job, they are one of the contingency to receive the training is to apply for some kind of non-profit position, the board member, committee member, to participate, to learn, to start dealing with other people.
Cool.
The only challenge that we all run into is no matter what committee you serve, you're always a minority. See, so I experience myself when you have some consent issue come up. You're the only one vote if you disagree with the rest of them. Most of them they are different. Outnumbered, right? But still, in record, they still put in the record they win, vote no on this particular issue. Like when anti-immigrant issue come in Proposition 37 or something, I forgot, that you don't have paper, you don't receive health care, So I went up there against that. So in the committee, I'm the only one. They said, that's a federal issue. We don't want to touch it, So I said, no, it's not federal issue. It's a local issue. When people got sick, you don't treat them. They got contagious to us. It's not federal issue.
Yeah.
So, when you argue. But somehow, we, the minority in Marin County, for some reason, are very the white population feel like a little bit guilty about their majority, so they're always looking up top, say, "Hey, what do you need? What do you need?" They always come to ask you. I don't know. Sometimes they fulfill your need or not, but at least they always approaching you. I get people approaching a lot. Anytime they have anything happening in the county, they want me to hear my voice, what my opinion, my perspective about something. So you feel like you get a little bit respected that way, but sometimes you may not know they're gonna do what you think they should do for you. But at least they ask, right? It's a courtesy. But some other place I talk to say, nah, they don't care. They don't talk about anything else. Like, we have Santa Rosa, people just call me. They have a radio channel. They're gonna do the Vietnam War discussion panel. They're gonna review the movie, the documentary, for an hour. Then after that, they're gonna have some perspective, different perspective from different people, different side, different life, style. People can give us some input about the documentary.
Wait, when is that?
It's in the November 9th, 7:15. I get the email here. I can forward to you.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So my job is to help them to recruit of 1 or 2 person participate in that panel. We just haven't found anyone yet because those people who really know about the Vietnam War they don't think they have enough English to deal with the panel. And those young people do not know a lot about it. They have all the language, but they don't have all the knowledge. So I give it to the community. They figure out who they should.
Or maybe send an interpreter with a person. It takes too long.
I don't know. It takes longer to discuss in the discussion panel.
Yeah, but precisely because it's a documentary on Vietnam, wouldn't it be fair to have a Vietnamese speaker on the panel?
The document, they discuss about that. That's why they want someone. But we're still looking. But like you said, the last resort we couldn't find someone with the
interpreter.
We should have the interpreter lined up and ask them for that. But we don't know yet because we still have one. They invited me about a month ago, but we still come up and anyone yet. So anyway, come back to your question about leadership thing. Yeah, we constantly looking for young people. In this field, they don't make a lot of money. You have to have a compassion to do it. We don't make a lot of money like high tech. Most of the kids come and say, "What do you learn?" I'm IT. I said, "Okay." And most of them, they're not, like now even though in a mental health field, the government do have some funding to support you. You go to school for how many years, and then you come back. You have to serve how many years, like military, some kind of deal,
Right.
Some kind of they support you, and then you need to come back to stay in the job for how long. So mental health using that now to do that to provide some safety.
China's got a lot more interns.
Yeah, intern. They come and maybe they will take some scholarship, and then after that they have the permit to work on the field for how long, I don't know. So some some social service to think about that because that's the same arena we run into. This kind of job is not easy. You have so many things you are dealing with, so many different types of people. People come for help. There are different issues, and then people don't want your help. There are different issues. So you need to be very flexible. And the reason I've been in that job so long because I'm pretty actively involved with the community. I'm not only coming here 8 hours a day. After that, I'm involved with all other association group. So I know all of them, most of them.
Everybody knows you too.
Everybody knows me. I know them. So it seems like for me it's easy because I always participate in their activity. So they appreciate that, and also I appreciate their return participate in our thing. Like when I do the love and caring luncheon, I send a letters out. I said I need some help from you guys. Donate food, money, or everything. Within a week, I get about 1,500 money check pull in, and we got food pull in. How many trays of noodle? How many trays of fried rice? So that kind of people see that we do some good thing in the community, and I explain to them the reason we doing the love and care luncheon because remember the day that we come to this country we are penniless, so people been helping us to become what we are today. So we should think about those things. So people think that makes sense because the work now Salon people now they're doing well. Some of them been in the store for 20 years, and I like I said the average income for individual over 2,500. So it's not bad. With very limited English skill and job skill. And then, whatever you want.
And then their children get a lot more opportunities.
Get a lot more, and they become doctor, lawyer. So that's what it is. The celebration every year we name about 5 families who have the the criteria is they don't have to become somebody, but they have contribute good to society, community, like volunteer work. So if they become somebody, it's better. If not, but at least they did something good in the community. So, but most of them are doctor. They are working on out the country, helping other poor country. Attorney, they do a lot in-kind service. So doctor too, and yeah. So we highlight those family. We bring them up and give them some kind of certificate. Thank them. Yeah.
Okay.
Those are very meaningful event that I'm lucky that I suggest that they take the idea. Because I said I'm sick and tired of keep telling people that you're gonna die, you're gonna sick, you're gonna do that. You know what I mean? Right? So you need to look at the other side to cheer people up. So they do come. So we have the event started 5 years ago. The first year in Oakland, we got about 400 people attended, and tickets about $35 per person just for their own dinner. It's kind of get together for dinner. Yeah.
So if I could look back to the youth leaders that you are trying to train to be mini Vins, attending the committees, who are those people? Are they students or are they young graduates? Who are they?
We got very mixed. We got two or three students. The rest of them adults and working people. Some work for the government already, and some housewife. You actually Bob, the attorney, here next door to me. He's one of my in my class, in my leadership training class. Bob Chin.
Bob is training to be a leader?
Yeah, to be a leader. Well,
isn't he already kind of a leader?
Well, I know, but not now. But 25 years ago, when he come out as an attorney, he joined the class. He's the one I recruit.
You are Bob's teacher in leadership.
Yeah, for a teacher, but I do organize and coordinate it. We have a structure come, and in the curriculum, they're very. I designed it particularly. I invite those politicians come talk about their thing, how they become politicians, why they need to do this and do that, what kind of voting record and other things, why. Yeah. So after that, we'll take them to the board meeting and sit there and listen to all the testimony, people complaining, opposing against something.
When are you doing the next training?
Next year, it's been a while. 10 years now.
Take these ones.
Yeah, right, I know. So they actually in Santa Fe, they have a Santa Fe Chamber organize leadership training too. So they have their trainings 8 days. They're one day a month. They're pretty intensive. They take you to the jail, the San Quentin, to everywhere. To Canal, the low income neighborhood, the high income neighborhood. I attend the training. They cost you about 500 something, but you're some sort of minority, you can apply for scholarship.
Oh, okay.
Because most big companies send their employee train there to be trained.
So that's run by the Chamber of Commerce?
Yeah, Santa Fe.
And then I know that the county also has a leadership training program. Is that the same thing or different?
I don't think the county have one. The county have one leadership training program? I don't know.
Some lady contacted me and she's like, I'm the head of leadership thing. And
really?
Yeah, I have no idea what she's talking
Maybe
about.
that particular one, but Santa Fe Chamber of Commerce been there a long time. That I went there about 10, 15 years ago. Yeah,
okay, and they have it regularly?
Yeah, they regularly, every year. Because they invite me back to talk to their student for one panel discussion.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, about the population that we serve, what kind of need, what kind of challenge.
So how does their curriculum and yours compare?
Well, they are more like...
are they more business oriented?
More inclusive. They're all the member of the community.
Alright.
The one I train particularly only for the Vietnamese American community.
And Bob.
Yeah, Bob is there because it's the Asian community, so we have to... So most time at the time we train them to make sure that they able to participate in other committee and tell the need of the population, the community.
Huh.
So they kind of represent our voice to go out talk to people.
Right.
So those people, I mean, few of them move out, few of them no longer interested to do anything.
How long is your training?
The training, that one's about how many hours? 50 hours, something like that.
50 hours?
Yeah, some 50 or 30, I forgot. So we just break it out
How
few
many
hours a week.
How many sessions?
10, I think 10 sections. They're all different. One is
Oh.
political, local government, state government, and non-profit, how non-profit work.
Uh-huh.
Because the most developed country, they don't have non-profit. Like, I don't know other people. I know for sure Vietnam doesn't have non-profit. Yeah.
Now they probably have NGOs now.
No, I don't think they have NGO. I think they
In
have
Vietnam?
some sort of volunteer program.
Oh.
That's all they have. Volunteer doesn't receive any grant from anywhere.
Right.
Most of them are organized by religion group. Yeah, like Catholic
Catholic and
Buddhism.
Buddhist.
Yeah, so people just follow the religion teaching, do some good things. So,
We would.
yeah.
Yeah, next time maybe if we could look at the curriculum, that would be for the
I don't know
leadership
where I
training.
put it. I still have it. It's been a while. We can always can
Yeah.
create something new.
No, but I'd be
Pretty
interested
simple.
in seeing how
Yeah.
you train
Yeah.
people and what
Yeah.
are important
Yeah.
in that leadership training.
Well, you know,
and
basically,
organizing.
just train them to how to advocate for themselves, you know, and the family. And when you have some issue come up, where do you go for help, and how do you go? Who do you contact? Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Do you train your workers also similarly, like like
Oh, yeah,
outside and
When it
and
comes
live?
to the job, because we have meeting, you know, sometimes weekly, talk about issue or daily, and when we have some issue come up, if they said something about what's going on in the community and who doing what, you know, how should we deal with that? We just get together and talk about how do we find a solution for it. Yeah, we do. We constantly. It's a meeting every day, training every day for us. Yeah.
And they're both part time.
Yeah, both of them, right. Yeah, and they have compassion, you know, they're passionate, they want to do, and like I said, we don't pay a lot, you know, pretty little bit over county living wage. When you have a contract with county, you have to pay a minimum of the county living wage, $16 per hour, and we pay more than that, but not way more, you know. So they have to enjoy to do what you do, and you know, again, you have to have a people skill when you go out, talk to people, and you like people or make people like you, whatever. So you become a good sales agent in the future after you graduate for this job. You know, you know how to make people feel better.
That's why it would be a good internship
Yeah.
if people do it.
Right? Yeah. So you know, you have to constantly go out there. Like we send people to nail salon to do outreach, and because the owner said, "Well, I'm too busy. I don't talk to you." No, don't talk to me. Come back when I close my door, like 7 or 8 o'clock.
So they have to go back
evening.
late.
And they go back, you know, just for say a few things about introduce a program and what they are, who they are. So you know, you have to have the kind of patience. And then most of the people work there. Hey, I work 5 to 9. I don't do anything weekend. Unless you know, they expect for some kind of additional pay or something. We don't have budget to do that. Yeah.
Any other question?
I don't think so. I have a few like just factual things to ask. So this organization, this card is a non-profit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Asian advocacy.
It's an Asian.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a non-profit. And how long have you been working on
Oh,
this?
well, we've been. Well, we started at 19. I said we. Sometimes we there, sometimes we not there.
Sometimes it's you.
1979, when the first. I don't know. Remember 75? The war ended. Refugee come to Hamilton Air Force Base. There was a
Homeward Bound.
Homeward Bound area. There
Uh-huh.
was a Air Force Base. So they get resettled there. So they sent them out somewhere else. So their group of people is student here at that time. They refused to go back there. So they stay here. They form an agency called the Refugee Resettlement Center. So they resettle those people. So I joined them about 82 or 85. I start joining them. Then after that, I worked for Catholic Charity, treatment and immigration program. Then after that, worked for Community Action Marine. So a pretty independent project that I've been doing in Marin County because, like I said, we're the only kid in town. I'm one of them, so I know the issue more than anybody else, right? So I've been doing that rather close to 28 years, something like. Yeah.
No way, more.
More than that, maybe
85?
85, then I off and on. I quit for a while, do
30.
something else, and I come back, this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So when I met you was in 10 years, 15 years ago at the San Pedro Road. I mean, the dirty North San Pedro Road. Remember you came to me that you give me a call that you want to meet me, you want to do
Not
some
that long
project.
ago. I haven't been here that long.
What was that?
2012 or
2012?
2013.
Oh, is that
It wasn't that long.
that old?
No.
Oh, I thought a long time ago. So remember you came, you walk in and say, what high school did you attend? Say, why want to do a project? So you all talk to me on the phone. I say, okay, Emily, okay. So you come meet me and that time. So I met her. I said, what's the first thing I asked her, what high school you attending now? I said, oh, no, I'm not high school. I'm a professional. Oh,
No, but we had no partnership
Yeah.
with the Asian community at all from
right,
Dominican
so I've
at
seen that,
time.
yeah. Great, yeah.
Yeah.
So just depend like when you was in Dominican college, you start reaching out the different ethnic group, right? Before they was there before, they don't. I see they reach out a lot, but they do, but not intensive. Just go out and go back.
No, so they work.
Yeah.
They work more with the Hispanic community.
Right,
Because
yeah,
that's
maybe so.
in need, right?
Yeah, it is right.
Mhm.
The majority, right?
Yeah,
So-
majority minority.
College Marine the same thing until Jason get there. Otherwise, they never attend our event. They never come to
Right,
our
right.
8 a.m. Jason bring them all out.
But
It's just
now
this
that
some-
Jason's gone,
Jason
kind of.
gone now. Yeah, kind of tuned down. You see.
Yeah.
So you need to have someone in there. So that's how it is. So it's not nothing bad about what they don't do. It's they just don't pay attention that much to what we think they should. So that's how it is. Yeah,
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
It's hard to outreach.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you get what you need.
Definitely.
You can edit the thing and.
We will put a thing under say
Yes,
it's Halloween.
Yeah,
Because
it's
it's
a
usually just
Halloween
like this.
thing.
Although this is
Yeah,
awesome.
dress.
This is good.
Next time you come back, I with my tie and.
You
I
don't
wear-
wear tie.
Yeah, I do. You ever see that? When I work for Catholic Charity, every day I have to wear a tie.
You don't wear a tie anymore. I
No,
see you
not
in a shirt
anymore.
but not a tie.
Not anymore. Because at the Catholic Charity, you have to keep the image. Because they said, well,
Carlos doesn't wear a tie.
well, they don't have a dress code, but they just kind of some.
Did you know that Vin interviewed Carlos and Hamilton?
Oh really?
Which one?
Carlos at Pickleweed.
Yeah.
It's
They, they,
I interviewed him.
You
last
interviewed him,
semester.
No, when he look for job, I'm interview him. I mean, the who hire him. Yeah, oh, yeah. That was Catholic Charity. I'm in a management position, right? So they said, well, our manager, always, how Catholic is, always the image have to be.
Mhm.
So very, very
He's
nice,
He's
clean,
a good guy.
clean cut. So I have my tie. Wow.
Definitely
So-
like this.
So many clients, they do a very lasted counseling service there in the North Ranchito Road, the other side. The Dominican College, one of the dome now. They bought that. The office that used to be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the North Ranchito Road. Yeah, that's a part of the Dominican property. Yeah, they own that. So
they
they
own
took it
things
back
that we don't know about.
when we closed the office. So I was there. There are lots of counseling going on every day, night, evening, in and out. So many the client, the white client, they thought I'm a Vietnamese priest, a Catholic priest.
Oh.
So they came and they talked to me, and one of the ladies said, I just adopted a child from China. I want him to have a baptism this week. I want you to be there. I like you to be present, the blessing I said, wait a minute, I'm not even a priest, I'm not even a Catholic. So people say, well, why you work for Catholic? Say, no, Catholic charity is different. They're social service. It's nothing to do with religion, because the name, right? The name.
Emphasis on the charity, not on the Catholic.
Yeah, right. So the name, and also the Bishop is they're both president of the board. So even though all the staff at that time, let's say I can remember about 15 of us, only 2 were Catholic. The rest of us Jews, Muslim, Buddhist, other stuff.
Yeah, say I work at Dominican, they ask me if I'm a nun.
Yeah, I know,
Like,
yeah. Right, I know the institutional, because when I go out for fundraising, it said, where do you work? I said, well, Catholic charity. God, you can have lots of money in Vatican. You can go there and get all the money. Why you come up here? I said, wait, no, I don't have anything to do with Vatican. We have the project. I'm working with an immigrant refugee program. They said, I thought you come from Catholic. You guys don't need no money. You own the lots of land here.
Oh.
Yeah, it's difficult, the name.
When you have the name.
Yeah, the name, so the image, that's why they request all the manager position meeting every month, suit and tie, sunfly, everything. They look pretty official. Yeah, it is that. Okay, anyway, so it's fun. Yeah.
Now you don't have to do that.
No, I don't do anything.
So I found that article on you and I emailed it to you so you could take a look at it.
About what?
No, but also the newsletter. Can
Yeah,
we
that too.
Yeah. So there's an article that we found out on you, and
Oh my
then
God.
there are some newsletters
Uh-huh.
that looks like communications for people who just like freshly arrived into the military bases, and they have a newsletter for people.
Wow.
But it was in Vietnamese, so we have no idea what's talking
Is that
about.
right? Okay, I don't know what is it. But anyway,
Yeah, so
far-
Sierra sent it to you.
it's good not to have anything left, any trade back. Because I become I give you some of the material you can read, the one I talk about, so you will learn more about
Yeah.
when do we start, how do we start, what do we do, and other stuff. So maybe you get some intent idea. You get the brochure and the
Okay, you have to fight over it.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
as far as the documentary thing, you said you'd get us more information on
Yeah.
November 9th.
I can forward to Emily.
Forward to me, and I'll forward to them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, are we done now?
Yes,
Just-
thank
okay.
you.
Okay.
Let me
Sorry.
get my regular class so I can see it.
You can see it.
Yeah, let's see that.
Vince, so
I can
busy
forward
this week.
Emily now right away.
Yeah, so
Is
why were you so busy this week?
This week
Did you
I
talk
have
about the extra
today, and I have a meeting tomorrow that I gotta prepare myself for the celebration.